Hello, and welcome back to a tier list. Oh, what? Hello, can you hear me? Well, I guess I'm gonna have to go micless for a while. God damn it. I'm using... There's something wrong with my computer, so I have to borrow a computer. And there's a port that's really finicky. That's it, so... Yeah! Excuse me. So when you load up this this tier list, it's all alphabetized and not like how the wiki would be, and that's generally in order. Like, I think Walkatrout and Mustache came from the same... Walkatrout, Mustache, and the Worst came from the same episode, and then Pesky Dust came after, but whatever. I'm doing it as the wiki. So yeah, this is how the wiki would have it, kinda. So up until here, actually no, up until here is all that would be regular Ben 10, and then everything else I've organized that would make sense to me. But from Heat Blast to Eye Guy is from... Actually, you know what? I'm not going to explain Ben 10. If you know Ben 10, you know what alien came from what series. And if you don't, you can go watch the series. It's a very good series. I would recommend the series. Because there's like Ben 10 Ultimate. There's a classic. There's Alien Force. There's Ultimate Alien. And Omniverse, and then the reboot. There's 5 versions of this series. So yeah, let's just hop right into it. So this is all in my opinion. So S is going to be the best, F is going to be the worst. And again, this is all in my opinion. We're kind of starting off strong, because I love Heat Blast. He's one of my favorites. As well as Wild Mutt, Diamond Head, and Forearms. Accelerate, it wasn't one of my favorites, but it was... Accelerate wasn't one of my favorites, but he was damn near close. Gray Matter, I liked, but I also didn't like. I liked him, but there were some things in the classic series that annoyed me, and I think Alien Force and Ultimate Alien had to be the ones to recover it, because by then I was just like on him, but I liked this design of Gray Matter in Omniverse. It was his voice. That's what annoyed me the most. It was his voice. And how just suddenly he knew things type thing. That type of thing. Stinkbug, again, actually, no, he's more... I kind of thought he was cool, but I wasn't very much like, oh, I want to see him, oh, I want to see him. Kind of like how Heat Blast, like, with Heat Blast, Wild Mutt, Accelerate, or Heat Blast, Wild Mutt, Diamond Head, Accelerate, and Forearms were. I was like, oh, cool, Stinkfly's on here. Ripjaws, I don't know why I didn't like him. I think it was either, like, I think it was because, like, he had a weird breathing operation where I didn't know if he could fully breathe on land or fully can't. I think it was just like, I think it's a limited time, but that went over my head, so he didn't become a favorite in that way. Because he had a gimmick that I didn't really get. Sorry, I'm drinking a sparkling ice black raspberry. Upgrade. His power is cool. Kinda. A thing I always wanted to know, I don't know what to say about upgrade. I didn't really like upgrade. A thing that I always wanted to know that I kind of glad they touched on in the reboot is I always wondered if he could upgrade the Omnitrix or a galvanic or another galvanic mechamorph could. That always interested me, and I was like, can he or can he not? With Ghost Freak, it's the same thing with Gray Matter. Like, Ben's design, when Ben transformed into Ghost Freak, it was the same with Gray Matter, but once it was like this scare, I was like, okay, you saved yourself. And when Omniverse's transformation got revealed, I was like, ooh, that's a good design for him. Cannonball, I liked him, but he wasn't one of my favorites. Wildvine, I never knew. Wildvine was kind of just boring to me, and it didn't look like he could do actual plant control. I think it just was like, I can do plant control, but only on myself. Which I was like, that kind of sucks. Spitter, we only see him like once. So that's, Buzzshock, I was never really a fan of, but I never was like disappointed. I really like the Omniverse design. Oh yeah. If you guys are wanting like Ben 10 stuff, go check out the Ink Tank. They're a channel where they are like kind of Ben 10 themed. And their second channel, the Rust Bucket, where they do shush, no, go away. Sorry, distraction. Brain, come on, work. Where the members of the Ink Tank stream. So yeah. Arctic Wanna, actually gonna drop him down to a D, because I was fine with him before. I liked his design. He actually would have been in a B tier before Omniverse. Just Omniverse's design really ruined him for me. I don't know why. I think it's just because he's a lot more fat, and I don't like it. Benwolf, Blitzwolfer, is cool. I really like him. Yeah. He's really fun. Snarrow, we didn't get much of him in the original, and I grew up on the original. So, I didn't really like him because he wasn't there very much. Kind of like, same thing with Eye Guy, but the opposite effect. I don't know why. Yeah. And what I saw of each, and how much I saw of each series goes in this order. I've seen the original the most, Omniverse, Ultimate Alien, I should say, Alien Force Reboot. That is how much I've seen them. I've seen Reboot the least and Original the most. Frankenstrike, I like. What was his Ben name? With all of the, like, this was Ben Wolf, this was Ben Mummy. I think this was Ben Frank, or Brain Franken, Ben Franken. I can't remember, but these all had Ben names. This Blitzwolfer, I do kind of agree with Ink Tank because it's dumb, and I was like, ooh, I didn't even think about that with why they liked Ben Wolf. So yeah. Upchuck. I like Perk Upchuck a lot. And this is Perk. Merc would be down here. Merc just didn't look appealing to me. But I do love Upchuck. His powers are very cool. I hated how he couldn't. I hate the retcon in like later series where he could eat human food. I thought that was very genius where he couldn't. Yeah. Ditto is my all-time favorite alien. I love Ditto. Like, he is my most favorite of them all. I love him. I would want to be a Splixon. I love him. He is my baby boy. Swampfire is kind of cool. I actually drop him down here. I never really liked him until his bloomed form, which you see. It's I was never really sold on Swampfire until the bloomed form. Then I was like, alright, you got me there. I really like Echo. I don't. It's weird. It's weird because I really like Echo, but I can't find a reason why I like him so much. So I like want to put him down here, but I'm like, that doesn't seem right. So up here, I guess. So yeah. Humongousaur, I was never a big fan of when he came into Omniverse or Alien Force. My bad. And then his black tidy whities and the over the shoulder belt was like, yeah, no thank you for me. Jet Ray I love. I love Jet Ray. I always thought he was very cool. Same with Big Chill. Big Chill was... I always wanted Jet Ray more, but whenever Big Chill was on, I was like, yeah! Big Chill! Chromastone... He's... I like him. The weird dying scene with him, I was like, what? What? The weird dying scene and then going into Diamond Head was weird. That I didn't really like. And that kind of subtracted to me. Also, he's the Jesus of the world. So I'm like, wait, so why isn't Chromastone on, like, Alien X's power strong? He's literally the god of the world. Why is he stronger? It's weird. Yeah, he would have been up here because I was like, oh, this is very fun. And then once I learned what his name was, it was like, it made me love him more, but like everything else was like, I learned his name, what his name meant last. Like before all those questions came up, I'm like, what? Yeah. And if you're wondering, his name is a pun on chromosomes, and chroma means color. So he's Color Rock. I love it. Brainstorm. I didn't have a thing against Brainstorm. I just could never get into him. He was always weird. Like, he was, like, I had a toy of him, and he was fun to play with, but I was always like, he's not my favorite alien. Unlike Spider Monkey is one of my favorite aliens. It's a monkey. It shoots webs like Spider-Man. It's really freaking cool. Goop, I like. The only thing I'm disappointed about is they didn't play more with his acidity powers. They only played with, like, he's a slime, he's goopy and stretchy. Yes, but he's also acid goop. So he can be like, he's stretchy and goopy and acidic. He can burn things. It's weird. Yeah. I don't really like Alien X's. I don't really like Alien X. His design is weird and bad. Both Alien Force and Omniforce. I would say Alien Force is better, honestly, because this just looks like a Chad, and I'm like, but he's not a Chad. His drawbacks are really, really weird, and I don't really like it. If you're gonna make an overpowered character, make him have, like, normal drawbacks. Like, having a subconscious and, like, needing a trio of heads to decide what the body to do. I don't really like that. Like, and if, like, he could do that, couldn't he, like, and even if he's, like, a god, couldn't he just be like, now you're out of my head, and several other people can convince you to do this task that I want. And he can just have, and Ben can just be like, it can be just like a taller galaxy looking like Ben type thing. I am actually going to make Fave. Give me a second. Favorite. Peach. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So that's, and then Ditto is just my all-time favorite. So yeah. So this is going to just differentiate from these. Like these are my favorites. But and I like this would be S plus type thing. Luster. I didn't really get. His design was weird, and his magnetic powers were like it was mainly his design. His design was very weird, and I hated it. Also, his transformation scene, like, are is he made of random metals? Where's the where's the brown stuff coming from? Is it coming from the Omnitrix and it just exploded? Where's your body from? Are you made of random metals or an actual metal? What are you? Wrath is my all-time favorite. I hated when they gave him like a Mexican accent and can only speak Spanish. I was like, that's very dumb. Like the only reason they did that was probably because he was in Spain or wherever, either Mexico or Spain. It was either one of those. And that was the only that was probably the only reason that they did that. It was like, oh, he's in Mexico or in Spain, so it would be funny if he fought the villain with Luchador powers and spoke Mexican and Spanish. Some. Why not give him just like cool edgy pants and then like a ripped t-shirt or no t-shirt at all? Because that species wears pants. I did kind of like Naked Wrath. I got used to it very much. And I think that's I still like Luchador Wrath's design, but I think I prefer like just an edgier edgy clothes or something that would match Ben's style, or just straight up Naked Wrath. No, okay. I was checking if Water Hazard was the only one from Alien Force. I like Water Hazard. Water Hazard was cool in Ultimate Force, and he just got better with Omniverse, and I like him. I'm not a huge fan of Amphibian. Wait. He was like one of the last. What the crap? It was you, then you, then you, then you. No. You, then you, then you, then you, then you. I think. Water Hazard, Amphibian, Armadillo, Terraspin, NRG all had like a plot line to them. I think Water Hazard was first, Amphibian was second, Terraspin was third, Armadillo. What am I saying? Water Hazard first. Water Hazard first, Terraspin second. No! It was Water Hazard first, NRG second, Terraspin third, Armadillo fourth, then Amphibian. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, I swapped the episodes. Okay. My bad, Amphibian. His design never appealed to me, and his powers were just generic jellyfish powers. He looked, and also his Omnitrix placement in Omniverse, forgot the word, was very too much high up for me. It looked like a mouth, and I hated that. And that's also why I kind of dislike Stinkbug, because it's like, hey, the Omnitrix is an eye. No, it's not. He has 4 eyeballs right here. What the crap? Why did you put it right in the spectrum of his forehead? Armadillo was cooler. But still, the jackhammer arms, I actually liked that about. If they played more into that, I think I would like him more. But it's just drill, 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 generic drilling and digging animation. Like, if he had more, like, jackhammer punches, like, he punched, and then the jackhammer punched to make him go further, I think that would have been cooler. But no, they just made it so he digs with him. I'm like, this sucks. Terraspin, meh. I could never figure out if he could blow out of his head, blow air out of his head, like he couldn't with his other pockets. But yeah. NRG, I don't really like his suit form. His unsuit form I like. I think that's a very good design. So yeah. Fast Track. Same thing with, what was it? Who was it? It was... Same thing with iGuy, but, same thing with iGuy and Scenario. That's who I was trying to look for and think of. For some strange reason, I have 2 words like, I like them, but this one didn't get shown enough. And I like them because they didn't, and, like, I like these characters, but one of them is my favorite. And they didn't get shown enough. And the other one is Chameleon. Like, he had a whole episode with him. And I will be doing... hold up, let me just do this. Yeah, he had his debut episode, and, like, one other I can think of. And that was it. That's all he had. That's all the episodes he had. He looked very cool. He had a stinger for a tail. He could go invisible. He could climb walls, I'm pretty sure. But yet they did nothing with him. They did nothing with him. I'm like, why? Give the boy some more love. Ito was just upchuck but metal and could fire lasers out of his horn. The damage was done in Alien Force, or not Alien Force, Ultimate Alien. And at Omniverse, they couldn't undo the damage because Eel came so far for me. Like this design for Edel just was like way too big of a gap to like try to fill the hole, the void that was like, hey, I'm just a tin robot with a laser horn. Yeah. Clockwork is cool. He's not there. He's there. I kind of want him to be a little bit like the whole gag of him running after the. Okay. I feel like he hasn't tapped into his potential yet, and that kind of annoys me now because like with the Ultimatrix, that's fine. It's not an actual confirmed Omnitrix. He didn't have it before in Alien Force and the Classic. So with the new generic, brand new, official Omnitrix, I feel like he could go, a little bit further with his thing. Like the whole time dodge scene. He could do that so much more. And I'm like, come on! Do it! Come on! Jury Rig, I didn't like him. I didn't like his design in his debut episode. His power was kind of cool, and how he was voiced and acted was cool. I liked. But Omniverse saved that from being like down here or possibly even here with his design. So I'm like, aha. It's another electric alien. He has like 5. I didn't really like him. He looks weird to me. I can't place why, but he just looks weird. I like blocks, but I never really thought of, hey, like, okay, in the Ben 10 universe, some things were inspired by aliens. Not once was, hey, blocks inspired Legos in the Ben 10 universe. That never crossed my mind. And he looks really, really cool, and he has really cool gimmicks. But it's more of the fan base that made me not love him. Otherwise, he would be up here. But I'm like every time I just see him now, I'm like, why? Like I just for like watching him, I feel like I'm gonna get yelled at the fan base. I don't know why. But he's honestly cool. Just let the alien be the alien. Don't hate the species. Gravitak, I like. His powers were really cool, and I loved it. I was like, wait a minute, yeah, holy crap, this is the first gravity-powered alien he has. Why the crap did no one else do it? Why the crap did it take the 4th installment of the series to give him the gravity-based power? That was hella cool. And I love him. And also you can go into a bald planet for him. I'm like, yes, this is the one. This is my favorite. Ooh. Nah, actually. Yeah, actually, nah. I really like Crash Hopper. I'm getting really excited. My god, I'm sorry. I'm shouting. Yabba dabba yabba yabba dab. Sorry, answering a text from a friend. Crash Hopper I was cool with. I was like, he's fun. I would beat him a lot. And just bouncing around. I never understood. I think they implied this, but I never knew if his head was like harder than it looked, because he's always headbutting into people. But I could never understand. Like I was like I couldn't understand if it's like a normal like grasshopper head or if it's like a normal human head or like if it's tougher than those. But I was like, it's probably tougher. Bouncing around time. Ball Weevil would be, wow, actually. Ball Weevil would be, actually no, he is here. Would be, Ball Weevil would be, jeez, ha! Blah 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 blah. Anyway, Ball Weevil would be at B tier, B or A tier, honestly, because I enjoy, like, everything is way too humanoid for me. He gets a lot of humanoid looking aliens, and that's also one of the reasons why I don't like the reboot. Like, yeah, the reboot's good and cool, like, and whoever likes it can like it. It's just, I personally don't. Like, like, one of the reasons why I love Wildmutt so much is he's not a human! Same with Crasshopper. Like, he has inhuman legs and, like, has T-Rex arms. Like, that's cool as hell! And he has, like, a manta ray, and Jet Ray looks like a manta ray, but just, like, somehow surgically had legs put on him, and he's like, nah. It's cool. The Spirit Monkey's, like, a monkey! A four-armed monkey! It's cool as hell! Like, and goop. It's just a pile of goop. It's a pile of goop. Like, I like these characters a lot. Yeah, but just, there's too many humanoid likes. Like, humanoid, tired humanoid, lizard humanoid. Gravitag has a pass because he can get from planet to humanoid to planet again. He has a pass. Humanoid. Kind of. Actually, wolf humanoid. Hybrid. Werewolf, I should say. Humanoid. Humanoid. Is a ghost. Humanoid. Tanky humanoid. Like, literally, all of these are just humanoid so far. And he would be in, like, A tier. But I don't like his power. His power just makes no sense to me. It's just like, wait. It's explosive throw-up goop. That makes no sense. What? How can you control when your goop explodes and doesn't? And how sticky is it? So I like his design. His design is very cool, but his powers just knock him down 2 pegs because of it. And I'm like, yeah, it's Ball Weevil, yay, because insect and not humanoid. But yeah, it's just ugh. Walker Show, I don't really like. At least it's not humanoid. Like, the same thing with Jet Ray. They actually just surgically put 2 legs on him. And just like, he's a fish. I can breathe air. And he's slimy. That's it. Like, what? Give him something interesting. Like, we know the Omnitrix can hold thousands of DNA samples. Give him something cool at least. Pesky Dust. I finally realized what his name was because I nearly said it incorrect. I nearly said Pixie Dust. It's Pesky Dusk. Wow. He's pesky, but he's a pixie. Pesky Dust. Wow, now I am going to say it wrong. Pesky Dust is cool. It's not my favorite, but I'm like, I had the same reaction with Gravitag. I was like, wait a minute, yeah, they never had a dream alien. What the crap? I think there was even a villain with, like, dream powers somewhere in this series. I'm like, why didn't Pesky Dust unlock then? What the crap? Come on! I know he has... No, I'm not thinking of a dream villain. I'm thinking of the dream episode where everything's fine, and Enox is trying to unlock the, get off the Omnitrix off of Ben. That's what I'm thinking of. So I'm like, why didn't Pesky Dusk unlock then? Was it just simply because he didn't have it yet? Because that kind of sucks. Like, Dream Alien. That's cool as hell. Mustache. And his weird power. Like, I like his power, but the weird power gimmick to it, where it's like only his mustache. I was like, that I didn't like. But his power I love. I've always questioned why he went with Mustache, because he looks more like a gopher to me. So I would have went with Goph Hair. Like that's more of a funny name than Mustache. It's Goph Hair. Goph Hair. Prepare your brawling with Goph Hair, you fiendish fiend villain. That is how he talks, by the way. That's not his exact voice, but that's what he does. But that's what he does. The worst. His design is cool, and I like how squishy he is. But the underpants and just overall nothingness with him would get rid of put him from here or here, probably here, puts him down there. Actually, no, down there. Honestly, I'm sad about the underwear and just how nothing he is. Ben never uses him. I'm like, if you're wanting to go for invincible, make him something cool. Kick and Hawk, I didn't really like, or I don't, he's not my favorite, but I do kind of like him. Actually, I should drop him one more down. I don't like Kick and Hawk. I like him, but he's not one of my favorites. And it's just a butt-kicking chicken hawk. Yeah, it's weird. Blah. Weird. Topic I actually do like. And I like how Ink Tank inspires his powers instead of what the canon version is. The canon version is, he has a really scary face. Well, that's speciest. I hate that. What the Ink Tank did was he emits a gas from his face and has a stare type thing. I also like how his metal thing looks. It looks very cool. I like Astrodactyl. Astrodactyl is very fun. I'm like, yes, he is one of the favorites. I don't know if he is my favorite of the series, but he's damn near close. Gravitack I know is my favorite of the series, but I looked at Astrodactyl and I'm like, ooh, wait, no, it's Astrodactyl my favorite of the series. And I was like, yeah, no, it's not. And you heard me when I put Gravitack. You could hear me think that. Bullfrag, he doesn't really. Same thing with Chicken Hog, but the joke's saved. But I was like, it's an incursion. and their incursions are brought up a lot, and I'm like, finally, he has an alien species of his villains. I've been wanting that because like every time, like I wanted that with the Dean aliens. I was like, ooh, he could be a Dean alien or a hybrid and be like, do a sneaky stealth mission. Be like, gotta send this to the plumbers. Gotta send this to somebody. Like, and have all that and make a whole episode out of that, and they never did that until with Bullfrag. So that's why he's in A and not B. He might... no, he's on S tier. So yeah. But yeah, I'm like, finally they inched one of my inches. They gave him a villain alien. I'm like, finally. Also, my favorite quote from Ben that came from Bullfrag. Oh my god, I love it. He's the only one who can get away with it, by the way. Don't blame me, blame this DNA. The context for that is he was flirting with a female of the incursions. The incursions are a frog-like species, I might add. So he was flirting with a frog person as a frog person. And I love that because he was the only one who can get away with it. Because his power is to like transform into these aliens who like, and how he does it is he has the DNA of the aliens, and I'm like, yes, the best joke ever has been made. Oh my god. Atomics, I need to calm down and take a step back and breathe. I'm getting way too excited. Atomics, I like his design knocks him down a peg. Otherwise, I would put him in, like, A tier. But I didn't like how lava lampy he looked. Gut Rot I actually really liked. I was like, ooh! Ha! I like that! Putting the fart joke aside, he actually has a really intriguing powers. Power! His power is he can emit any type of gas. Like, he could be like, oxygen, hydrogen, and I think he could suck up poisonous gases if he could. I mean, he might suck up poisonous gases, that's what I should say. And also, like, the mouth... I do have another... Like, his thing is way too high up for me. Like, it should have been, like, here. Like, right where my thing is. Or even on the belly. Like, that would have been even cooler. But it's just way too high up for me. But, like, that and the fart joke, he does admit at one point. I cast that aside and I'm like, yes, I love him. Also, one thing I do like, I was like, wait a minute. He could admit if Ben and, like, Gwen and, like, others got stuck in space, somehow Gwen can produce oxygen, which I hate. I'm like, wait, relatively thinking, you can't do that. But if Ben, Gwen, and, like, Ben puts a bubble in, and Ben transforms into this, they could technically breathe in space with Gutrot. Because he could just be like, oxygen! Yeah. Vampire is not one of my favorites, but he is cool. Generic vampire. I didn't like the Corruptoras on either of the Vladettes. Those weirded me out, and I hated that. Waving's cool. I like him. The Kamehameha with the Kamehameha blast when he crosses his arms in a certain way. That was cool. Nanomech's design I didn't like, except for Omniverse. And Omniverse, the Omnitrix is the eye, so I'm like, yes. But the damage was done with Nanomech, and I'm like, it's too no for me. Shock Squatch is cool. I don't really have anything to add on to that. It's not one of my favorites, but it's not like D tier. D tier is honestly F tier for me. Actually, why not? Why don't I just do this? There we go. Because I really don't like these aliens. And I'm like, yeah, that's way more accurate. Have no idea who those aliens are. Ultimate Humongosaur, I didn't really like how he could just shoot rockets out of his hand. Like, what? Where are they coming from? Where are they coming from? Swampfire would have been in C tier, but knowing how his alien species works, where they become more of like a wood-like substance, I did like that, and I was like, ooh, that's cool. At first, I didn't like it because I was like, he's not mobile enough. He needs to be dodging and dipping and throwing punches all over the alien. No, he doesn't. He's cool. Actually, no, he is down there. I think with the Alien Force, with Ultimate Alien, they said, yeah, he has water powers now. But they never played with his water powers. I'm like, why do you give him powers then? I think they only played it with his water powers once. And I'm like, why do you never give him water powers? Like, if you said we gave him water powers, but he never uses his water powers, why the hell did you do that then? Ultimate Spider Monkey's cool. It's a gorilla instead of a monkey. And he has weird tendrils in his back. Meh. Okay, and Big Chill, Big Chill would be here as well. But they played more of, yeah, he has fire now. Way more than they did with Ultimate Swampfire. So I'm like, alright, that gets a bump up because of that. Cannonbolt, it's just spiky. It's just spiky Cannonbolt. It's just metal spiky Cannonbolt. I don't like that. Echo, somewhat cool, but not really. Yeah. Ultimate for Wild Mutt is my favorite Ultimate ever. I'm sad that he only got used once. Come on, Nanomaction! Use the red dog more. Gah. Like, he can talk. He can talk, he has sharper claws, and like has like a death tail thing. Like, it's really effing cool. He got bigger and can now shoot more lasers from different angles. That's it. Oh, yeah. Okay. Actually, no, I do want to explain this. So everyone from here to here, when in the beginning of the video, was classic. From Swampfire to Wrath was Alien Force. Water Hazard to might have been no. Either Jury Rig or Clockwork was Ultimate Alien. Where's feedback? Where's feedback? Oh, there's feedback. Feedback to Vampire is on Omniverse, and then Way Big to Shock Squatch came from like specials and like and other shows. The Ultimate forms came from the Ultimate Alien thing, and we are now in the non-canon and other movies. Eon. It would be kind of cool if Ben got like a time walker alien instead of like a time like another time alien like Clockwork. But somehow Eon became another version of Ben. But he's also derived from a species that are time walkers, and he really confused me as a kid. I'm like, wait, how is he Ben, but also from how is he also from a species that are time walkers? Yeah, it just confused me. Has an interesting design. I will say that. Just doesn't look cool, to be honest. And he's more weird. He's really weird looking, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. In 5YL they made Portaler cannon, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And he could just like teleport, and he's like, yeah, because that's what Portaler does. He teleports. And I'm like, how does Ben not have a teleport alien? So yeah, Portaler gets a higher ranking than all of them because he's kind of canon. He's fanon now, and he's the only alien that can teleport. Knock off Water Hazard. I was never a kid who I did want like Ben to have all of his alien villain species because that was cool. But I was never like, oh yeah, he has to have a Vilgax so that he could go toe to toe with Vilgax. Vilgax is a cyborg. He got mutated into a cyborg, so he can't go toe to toe. So yeah, but meh. Gax is cool. Gax has some leg over than Vilgax. I don't really. He's not here, but he's not here or here. Slapback has a. Well, he's not the first copying alien. Ditto and Echo can. He does have an interesting drawback to his powers, where the more he splits up, the more he gets heavy, and he has to whack his back. It's like a has to. Like if he gets sucker uppercutted and he falls on his back, that counts. A slap on the back? Where do you think he gets the name from? And he also gets more strength. And I was like, ooh, that's a very interesting choice for that. Actually, you know what? I think he is my favorite out of them. Because I'm like very much intrigued with Slapback than I am Shockrock. And I realized I didn't have one for the reboot yet. So I'm like, shit, maybe he is Slapback. Shockrock, I really like his design. His design is cool. But just, he can generate things from electricity and has an electric blast. Meh. So, these are Albedo's ultimate forms. I'm just gonna explain them. Reboot. Reboot. This one is from the reboot. This one is from the reboot. Reboot. And then reboot. Yeah. Explaining the rest here because I'm not going to explain the other because I know I'm not going to explain them. Yeah. So these are Albedo's ultimate forms. These are Omnikicks. Omnikicks' forms, and then Kevin's forms, and then non-canon reboot form. MODOK, I like. He was very interesting. It was cool to see how he like got smarter in like a third eye and can like mental blast and everything. That was cool. Honestly, the only one they played powers with was Albedo. And the reason why Ultimate Artiguana is in F tier. Actually, wait, I can do this because Ultimate Wrath had somewhat of a power. He has a really good design and really, like, he grew blasters from his back and has, like, an iceberg. So I'm like, that's fun and cool. It's, like, it's just the same thing as Gravitack. It's just the same thing as Gravitack. Why do I get the feeling that this was the beta version to the actual version? Like, why do I think this was the final design and this was nearly the final design? Excuse me, I got the burps now. Like, yeah, this is cool, and he has horns, like stalactite horns, and like little orb dudes. But, and his design is cool and whatever, but it's just, what? Like, they did nothing with him. Nothing! Wrath got bigger and got another claw and stuff. But that's it. Omnikick's Diamond Head is cool because design-wise he's cool. And somewhat of his powers is cool. Like, his add-on powers. He can make a sword with the electric shock rock energy, and then fire a random laser? Like, it's not diamond. It's not a diamond laser. But it's also not an electric laser. So yeah, and that makes me question, wait, what laser, what type of laser, what? Because otherwise than that, it would be up there. Shit, I have to... It's little guy, but slightly bigger and rubbery arms, and can like wrap around. Right. Omni hits, not Omni kicks. I'm thinking of the other thing. That's right. I'm stupid. Yeah. So it's little guy, but slightly bigger and has rubbery arms. I liked that because it was more interesting than all the others. They were trying to appease old fans. They did not, like, they gave him more tendrils, but they did nothing with him. He gained flight. He could already technically do that. Has 2 more hands. Can go reverse on a dime! Actually, that is kind of cool. I actually do like that a lot more than I'm leading on. Can shoot ice. Alright, that's fine. Sonic screams? If I'm remembering right, I think he only appears once. So, that came out of nowhere? Ooh. So it would be either Wrecking Ball or Dark Matter for Anti-Tricks. For the Anti-Tricks. Did I say he can go... Did I say as far? I think I did. I'm going to cover my bases and say it again. Can stop on a dime and just suddenly go in reverse. Now that I say it out loud, yes, I did say it already. My bad. I think I like Wrecking Ball a lot more than Dark Matter. Dark Matter is going down 1. But yeah. Thornblade. It's just buff, edgier, Wildvine. It's not everything needs to be edgied. Coming from a person who likes edgy things. Plus, we only see him once. And I also don't like the actual version. So, somewhat cool. Has a cool name. Actually, I do. He's not one of my favorites, but I do really like him. That can be edgified. Heat Blast can be edgified because they pulled it off with Heat Blast. He's not the worst. They went with a dung beetle design. And that's cool, I guess. But we only see it once, so it's like, okay. Alright, cool. Has clothing, first off. And somewhat of... Yeah, but like he has metal teeth? And can just... Like, he has metal plating for his teeth? What? That I didn't like. For me, it has to be... It is metal teeth, or... It's just normal teeth. But he can go from normal teeth to metal teeth. Normal teeth to metal teeth. And he's bigger and stronger than, like, normal Wrath. Somewhat cool. I just hate how he looks. So yeah, that is my opinion on all of the aliens so far. That's what I found. I couldn't find more. There's probably nothing more after. There's nothing more from the reboot past season 4. Like the only thing we're missing is the fusions, but I was never a fan of the fusions. Like the official canon fusions. The fan-made fusions I was fine with. The Omnikicks, they look way too much like a robot for me. The Nematrix, what? Come on, that's like giving some predator, like some of Ben's aliens predators. That was just weird for me. But yeah, that's all of them. So, oh, I have to say, I nearly forgot. But my brain, thank you for finally kicking in. Actually, I think he is my favorite. I have to say, I think he is my favorite. Because I'm like, damn, that edge though. That edge though is hella good. So yeah. My computer is busted, and I don't know when it's getting fixed. So that is also partially why I didn't use the mic, like my microphone. Excuse me. Yeah, excuse me again. So yeah. So I am using another computer right now. I recorded a journey video on my computer. So whenever you see that, know that was like way recorded ago. Like I recorded that when I recorded yesterday's 2 videos. So yeah. Wow, this was longer than I thought. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, also, Minecraft is going to be back. I thought I thought of something that I was like, wait a minute, yeah, me searching for my house is dumb, type thing. I will share that when I play Minecraft, but it's quote unquote back. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, subscribe, ring the bell so you can get notifications from me. Along with Minecraft, or not Minecraft, along with other series I have played on the channel are Minecraft, Press the Button, What Never Was, other things I like, other series and things I've played on the channel. That's what I need to say, because some of them were just one shots. So other things I've played and some series on the channel are a human benchmark, Minecraft, Helltaker, What Never Was, and My Friend is a Raven. With that, I am sorry. I will see you guys in the next issue. See ya. My God, I am a mess.